when you do finish your job, you realise that every title has got somebody on it. And there's all these new young bastards coming up who are super talented and prepared to do it for peanuts.
I want you to talk a little about, you were doing all these mainstream books. I assume, as you said, that's where the money is in the industry, because those companies can put out the bulk where they can get the deals on printing costs, on advertising. So why, being a part of that and being successful in that, make the decision to go out and do your own work?
I think with the industry, a lot of it is dependent on what kind of artist you choose to be. When I was really successful, it was because I was doing kind of pseudo Jim Lee style at a point when it was huge. So Death Said 2 was selling like 500,000 copies, but it was still very much in what Paul Neary at the time. Someone actually referred to it as a retro style the other day, which was really depressing for me, because I remember it being state of the art. That stuff came out, and after a while I kind of thought, well, I never really intended to be doing mainstream comics. My passion was European comics. I'd always imagined that I'd work for something like Metal Hurlant doing crazy stuff like Mobius or Corbin or some sort of massive epic fantasy like Philip Drouillet, something crazy like that. So I've always been someone who wanted to experiment and produce interesting, diverse work. And as soon as you start doing that, that's when the mainstream publishers, it seems in my experience anyway, tend to get a little bit wary. Because what they really want is the same thing again and again and again, delivered on time, super fast, and without any crazy creative flourishes that might be distracting. They want a good, solid, slightly homogenized storytelling, it seems to me. I mean, and so the more I experimented, the more I kind of wrote myself out of the mainstream. Some people could draw Spider-Man every day for the rest of their lives and be in heaven. And they'll be like, oh, what am I doing today? I'm drawing Spider-Man. Awesome! How awesome is that? And they could just do it forever. But me, it's like, Christ, I've drawn Spider-Man 300 times. How the hell do I make it interesting today? And I'm too restless and creative, so I have to play. Life's too short. I want to have a go at all mediums, and I love writing too. And I couldn't get any writing gigs, which was frustrating. Yeah, I did lots of pitches. I came really close a few times, but it was frustrating because with Marvel UK, I had written Desert Gold, and I had written Blood Seed, and I thought that there was always that would translate into Marvel US or DC or whatever company, but I never managed to keep that going. So you really don't know when you're young that is the case. You kind of think that the more you push yourself and the more creatively diverse you get, that just makes you better and probably even a bigger deal for a company. But actually, no, it's like just sit in the dark corner and draw your pages, and stop waving your arms around. You're distracting us. We've got books to put out. And it's feast and famine too. So the other thing that you might have, it's a very weird thing. You might have a job for 2 years. Like Testament, I did pretty solidly. We did full trade paperbacks, and then eventually it was clear it was going to come to an end. And you're like, oh my God, I haven't got a job. And you're literally. Anything you've saved in that time disappears in the 3 or 4 months following that. It takes you to get the next job. So it's feast, famine. And when you do finish your job, you realise that every title has got somebody on it. And there's all these new young bastards coming up who are super talented and prepared to do it for peanuts. Prepared to sit in the cages and and bang it out, who haven't got families, who haven't got mortgages, who are just desperate to draw these characters. They're completely unjaded, So you look back at the past and try and rekindle that. I think the great thing again about what we're doing, what's fun about what I'm doing at the moment is it's really reinvigorated everything about the process for me, because I'm getting to finally do the kind of progressive stuff that I always wanted to. I'm getting to write, I'm getting to explore lots of different mediums and techniques.